Here's the question: can you be single and complain? You see a lot of
Of
these little
course.
shows with the balloon pops. The dude told a girl he was a neurosurgeon. She said, "Do you have any ambitions or hobbies other than that?" It's like, do you know what a neurosurgeon is? You think that ain't something at the grocery store? That's not. It's not working at the grocery store. This dude's a doctor, man. You know what I'm saying?
It's a legit question, though. It's a legit question.
Man,
I
that's
understand where
why you
she's
single
coming
and
from, but
complaining.
it didn't go over correctly. Uh, but we are in a society nowadays. You're supposed to always keep pushing, keep going your value, and that's what you hear, and that's what's preached. So she was just on the train that so many others are on. Better yourself, better yourself. You can better. You never stop learning. You never stop growing.
How
That's
much
the mentality.
better on a scale of 1 to 10? Where's a neurosurgeon fall at as far as
It's
value?
like
You
I
can still learn.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
cool. It's cool. You know, that's your job. That's what you do.
I'm pretty
But
sure he do other stuff, but I'm saying as far as like
what do you
high
do?
value man, all this stuff people complain about. I mean, that's
Uh,
part one of that's like in the top percentage of people actually
but
at a job. You know what
that's
I'm
what
saying?
I'm saying. The money is cool, but what do you like? Do you really have a life outside of just doing that? That's a legit question. Like,
And
dang,
watch him
okay.
single and complaining.
That's not complaining. Those answering the question. Like, you can have money, but dang, what do you do? Just sit in the house, or do you
But
go
that's
to the?
that's the that's the realistic part about people don't understand success. 9 to 5 and successful people is not the same thing. It ain't synonymous, man. From what I'm seeing, people that I've seen and talked to, they even tell you like work life balance. What is that? Do you want this or do you want that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
It's up to you. It's up to you which one you want. You know what I'm saying?
so it's not a legit question.
If your narrative is you want a high value man, how would that be a legit question when this dude is high value?
Did you skip over it or not? Is it a
What's that?
legit question? Is it a
No,
legit question?
no, no, it's not.
Why? Do you think
So,
that just
so
Because
because
it
not
shows it shows you really don't know what kind of person that you're talking to, or you being sarcastic because you realize how much time it takes to just get to being a neurosurgeon.
and that's
That's
fine.
ambition. That's
You
ambition on itself.
you got there. Now what do
Right.
you do? What's what do you do that's fun outside of just that? Do you go on
She
trips?
didn't
Do
ask
you
him that. She asked, "What are your ambitions? Like what?" Kind of like asking him, like, "What is your career like?" It wasn't there. I'm pretty sure he do other stuff. He making the money, sure. But at the same time, you got to understand. Just like if you a professional athlete, do you think they at home 9 to 5?
no,
But somehow
no.
groupies adore those kind of dudes, though. But you start talking about neurosurgeon now is what do you do outside of work? You see what I'm saying? How crazy, how lopsided that sound?
now that's a different question. What do you do outside of work, and what are your other ambitions? Now
Right.
he's there, right? He's at the mountaintop, but he's still. What does he try to do? What are his other ambitions in life? You're always supposed to be growing, learning skills,
Guess what?
bettering
When you in that
yourself.
field, you
And
know, just
she
like I
asked,
know.
just because she's not in the best position, she can't ask how you're bettering yourself.
So you know just as well as I know, Jay, when you at that level at a hospital, you can't stop growing when you at that level. It's continuous things you have to do in order to maintain it, right or wrong.
Yeah, now, yeah, I know that, but
Yeah.
she was, and that's the question she was answering. He could have answered by saying, explaining that to her, and getting her on raising her level of understanding his career. Uh, you know,
And then there's other things they complain about. Like, do you think, look at the spectrum, right? Is it what keeps a person single? Is it bad attitude or unrealistic expectations or all the stuff in between? that are in prison?
I
Everything.
think, and yeah, I think each person is different, and
Yes,
we're not going to have one answer
that's
that
why it's a
says
spectrum. That's
that
why it's a
fit
spectrum. Yeah, it's a
that fits
spectrum. Yeah.
all people. Some
What do you think
people
would be the
have.
top though? What do you think would be the top general, like a general top thing that would keep a person single?
So unrealistic expectations, to me, is kind of a good thing. It's a double-edged sword because
Yeah.
if you have the expectations, that means you consider yourself high value, and that's like having high self-esteem. And everybody should has that. They shouldn't think less of themselves.
But what they
They
mean, I think what they mean is a comedian, it was Delay, I think that's his name, Delay. He said a girl asked the dude how much he make. She said the dude said I make 200,000, and they asked how much you make. Oh, I only make 60. It's like you don't even make what you asking for. You're not even close to that.
Right.
But everybody wants somebody better than them to learn from. They
Until
say
you
if you're
get
the
them, and then
smart,
they complain about that. Until you get them, and then they
they
complain
say,
about that.
they say
Hey,
if you're the smartest man in the room, you need to go in another room.
uh,
Yeah.
and
So
all this,
females have the same mentality, but it's wrong when they do it.
yeah,
No, no,
yeah.
no. I'm saying what keeps them single. I'm saying like based off stuff we saw, what keeps some women seem like they just can't keep a man though, and then there's some women like they never by themselves. They may not be married, but they always out with somebody, or they hanging out with somebody.
What
But
I always
go
look
ahead.
at I always look at when somebody say that's my type. That's my type.
That's my
Evidently, evidently,
type.
you're picking wrong if you say that's my type. Your type is not your type is that's why you continue to be single, both men and women. You know what I'm saying? That's my
I think
type.
people look at the wrong stuff sometimes when they making determinations too, right?
No, I
Um,
think men and women are single. It's too many options out here. You find a good person, a good man, a good woman is right for you, but you see somebody else out there showing you interest that's a little bit better in all areas.
but we
Uh,
know we know people that the options were out there and they still couldn't have an option to choose from.
no, the problem is like first of all, being satisfied with the person you pick,
Right.
even if they're perfect or not perfect, you have to be faithful and loyal in that. And not going after the next best thing because you get all these options.
Right.
Everything's available for you. You're that smart girl. You that man that's making that money. You are the guy. But now you have too many options because everybody putting in your coattail, and you can't pick one, and you still single. So either you don't have any options and you're single by force, or you're single because you don't know what you want. You can't make up your mind. Everybody is a little bit better than the other. The grass is
Yeah.
always green, you know.
Yeah. Like an NFL team. I've been there. NFL team, man. You just trying to sign the best players, man. It's like, man. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and
And
you
there's
end
some
up
dudes,
signing to the wrong
some dudes
team.
like I can't date her, man, because I don't like the way her feet look, man. She got some run over feet. You know what I'm saying? They just find a
Yeah,
way to stay single. Some people find a way to stay
Oh
single.
no, oh no, them feet be kind of. Oh no, them feet.
and you have to go by your own thing, you know, because the feet thing could be a deal breaker for you, but you missed out on your blessing because you worried about a feet.
Yeah. I
I
ain't gonna
can't
miss.
date her. I can't date her because you gotta say it like, man, you gotta say it like two, man. Get out of here, man.
Exactly, you know, she wear too much makeup, man. You got a whole beard, you know what I mean? Shave your beard, and let's see what like y'all kind of even, you know.
Mm,
She fat, you fat. You know what I mean? Golly.
mm, mm.
Yeah. I think
The
people
other one.
take that. I
You
think people
rough.
take weight the wrong way. I think some people don't realize it's not about you being fat. It's like healthy. Like, are you healthy? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you putting yourself at risk to take on high blood pressure and diabetes? You know what I'm saying? They don't look at it from that perspective. They just think like you just roasting them. You know what I'm saying? Shaming them for being
Yeah,
big.
no, it's all about the look. You know what I mean? Nobody ever got a BBL for the health. They want to be looked and perceived a certain
You
way.
said that. You said they do that for the health. You said you agree with the BBL. I said it's dangerous.
No. I said I agree with them but they're not getting it to be healthier. If it makes you feel better to have a bigger butt, go for it.
But if you
You
don't
can
change your
afford it.
habits, if you don't change your habits, you're gonna be right back at square root. You got to change your habits too.
No, well, not really. They don't want to be healthy or skinny. They just want a big butt. So
But
they got
if
to be
you
real.
don't change your eating habits, you will gain the weight right back. That's what I'm saying.
No, I don't care if I got a big stomach, as long as I got a big butt and a big stomach. That's fine. I
So
don't
now,
care.
now you
I
got a
want
big
the
stomach
butt.
and a diaper. Now you like you got stick in he wearing a diaper, man.
Yep. That's how they are. And you pay for
Yeah.
what you want. You go to the store, you pay for what you want. You may have to put it on layaway, but you're gonna get it if that's what you
Yeah.
want.
That's true.
If men can buy penis implants and just show them off, they would. A
They
lot of
do.
them would because they don't care if they
Did you
work.
hear? Did you hear
But,
dude that was on Vlad TV, the Punisher? Did you hear dude on the Punisher, the Vlad TV dude? I mean, he was on Vlad TV at the Diddy party. he said he said he got the Reebok pump, man. he got the Reebok.
yes, he gonna pump it up, and then Shadow so Cinco said he
Yeah, he got
got
them
one.
Shaq Easter pumps. He got
Um,
them Shaq Easter pumps, man. He put the air cartridge on there.
I don't care how I feel, as long as it look good and my rotation
oh
says this
man.
is that about me.
I'm thinking,
And
how long do it last? I hope it don't break. That's the thing, with them instant pumps. Sometimes with them Shaq shoes, you pump it up too much, then you blow the air out of it. You blow the air bubble up.
yeah,
Pause.
and
Pause.
it's a lot of
Pause. You're right.
women.
Pause. You're right.
Pause.
Pause. But yeah, oh no, that's crazy,
It's
man.
a lot of women with the same mindset, and a lot of men, the fear of something going wrong keeps them from chasing their dreams. If you got a fear of what can happen when you get your BBL, and that's the reason you ain't got one, you can't live like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
so,
think too, man. A lot of times, people complain about stuff that's opposite of their personality, but that's the thing that attract them at the same time. You know what I'm saying? That sometimes that blows my mind. I don't like him because he's sarcastic. You laughing at his jokes? You said you liked it. Now all of a sudden you don't like it now. You know what I'm saying? The same stuff that you attracted them with, they'll use that to try to break up with you or just be like, I don't want to. Like I do the same stuff I did when we first met. What you know? What I'm saying?
I think men are worse at that than women. You meet a woman in the club, or she a stripper, or ex on her OnlyFans, and then I don't feel like she should be posting them kind of pictures. I feel like she shouldn't be going out. You met her, she was out.
Yeah,
She met her, she was
yeah.
dressing like that. Now it's a problem.
I think the thing dude get mad about is when that I've seen on a podcast. It ain't the fact that she putting the pictures out of stuff. It's the fact that if you ask for that magic show, why would I want to do that? I do that every day. Why would I do that for you? I think dudes get mad about that too.
Now
It's
that
like
makes
you're
sense.
gonna do the magic show out there, the trapeze and the flying tigers and the pyrotechnics and stuff. And then when you come home, now it's just oatmeal. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, man.
Yeah, now
You
now
know.
that makes sense. You're doing that
But
for the whole
to
world.
them, they said that
But
that's unrealistic expectations, though. To them, they said
but
that's
men do the
unrealistic.
same thing. But you can't do all this world, and then when you get home, you ain't got nothing left for me. Men do that too. You give
yeah,
all this money to strippers, or you put all this time into your job, but then no time into your wife.
yeah,
It's the same argument.
yeah,
Uh, you just
yeah.
got to strive for that
I
balance.
think one thing I think women don't talk about out loud is they'll say that they don't like dudes that talk to a lot of women, but privately when you talk to women, they'll say that they would rather you because they want the experience. They want you to know what you're doing. The only way you're gonna know what you're doing, I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying the only way you're gonna know what you're doing is if you have the experience. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You ain't just gonna be, but they don't say it out loud though. I've had a lot of women tell me that when I was younger, like, man, I don't care what you do with them, as long as you're good to me. I don't care what you did before
What
me.
what what I see is no woman want a man that a bunch of women don't want. If
Yeah,
that
I can
makes
see
Yeah.
sense.
that too. Yes. Yes.
You can
Definitely.
have confidence and sex appeal,
Yeah.
and women like that. Now they want you to turn it off. They want you to stop
Yeah,
wearing the cologne and stop dressing nice
yeah,
when they get at you. But they want you to stop that. But the same thing go with men. You can't tell your wife to put her wigs up and take her makeup off and stop dressing some way because she with you now. Um, Men want that too, but one woman that know all the tricks, but only one body. She's only been with one person, but I want this woman to know all of this stuff. That's unrealistic expectation as
yeah. I
well.
mean, you said that one time. You said you'd rather have that than the homemaker. You said that one
Oh
time.
yeah, for
That's
sure.
unrealistic, though. That's unrealistic expectation.
No, that's no,
Because
no,
if
no.
most women is like that, most women is like that. They're not going to be homemakers because they built their life off being that.
No,
Yes,
it's a balance.
yes,
It's a spectrum, right? Right. So
yes, yes.
now, am I saying I want the person that's a sex worker and not having a job, or I want a person that work a lot, work 9 to 5 or nurse? You know what I mean? But she
I'm
do
just strictly talking about
a little something
homemaker.
extra.
I'm just strictly talking about homemaker or sex machine. Which one would you want? I say
Uh,
homemaker, and you can learn how to be a sex machine, but homemaker, you can't. Most people don't
no,
want to learn
no,
that. That's something you got to have.
no. This I think the other one is true. Um,
I think it's that's
you a person don't want to be a homemaker. You know,
yeah.
nobody wants to
You
do
could
that.
you could
That
train
that
that.
ain't naturally in somebody. You can learn how to do that. You know that other thing because I don't want to have to negotiate with you and barter. Can you learn this new trick or baby, please? Could you? If I ask nicely, I cleaned up all the rooms. I did this. Can I please have some little bit of head, please? You
I
know,
don't know.
well,
You
I don't
slinging
know.
it
I don't feel
when you batting,
comfortable.
when you batting like Aaron Judge. I don't think you got to do all
No,
that.
you will.
Okay,
So
okay, okay.
getting her to do it correctly, well, with a lot of enthusiasm is natural. You know,
But did she have
she
to
might
learn
lay
that though?
down.
Did she?
Yeah.
Didn't don't they have to be learned though?
Um,
Or
but
you just saying she wanted to learn it
in
before
my
you?
experience,
You just wanted to learn it before she get to you.
Yeah, either or. It's not
I
a right or wrong answer. I
no,
hope so.
hopefully she learns with me. That's fine. But the most time, I know a person. Um, a man works, brings home money, doing all this stuff, but he still don't get it. He get what he wanted, but she just, I think they've been married for like 5 years. She still haven't learned how to eat a hot dog, whatever. Uh,
False.
you shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to tell somebody to do this, to do that and it's year 5, you know, and you doing all that, they don't have to work and stuff like that. I think those people, in my experience, those people who want to do it, they do it. And the
So
people who
tell
don't,
me this:
don't.
for a
What?
dude that's like, what's the pros and cons
Listen,
of having a girl that's not a homemaker, just purely sex machine? What do you think the pros and the cons will be
the
for that?
pros is
I know
easy.
what the pros is, sure, right?
Yeah. But listen,
How much can you have in a week though? Like
listen.
if you meet a girl, like how much can you really have in a week?
It,
How much?
That's
it
why
get
a lot of men get married and get pot bellies. You know what I mean? Because
Not me. Yeah, I
they're
get
not
it.
doing the abs that they need to be doing.
Yeah.
Uh, you know, and how much can you do? Nobody wants one side of the spectrum, a fully homemaker or a sex machine. You
No,
don't want
balance. You
either
want
or.
balance. You
You
want
want
balance.
balance.
Yeah. Like right in the middle, like a balance, right?
hey, a good sex machine gonna make this a home. I don't care what you're talking about. I don't
But you
care.
gotta which one would you rather have to start out with, homemaker or sex machine? That's what I'm
Sex
saying.
machine.
I'd rather have a
Yeah.
homemaker. I learned my I'd rather have a
Nah.
homemaker.
Look,
Because
Nah.
we always
if you got the appeal, if you know how to talk to women,
we
you can
always
work to that. Because
we
she had to
always
learn it
want
before she got to you. She had to work to that.
We
But
always wondered. We
finding a
all
woman that's a homemaker, man, it's like finding the last of the Mohicans, bro. They ain't even out there like that no more.
listen.
No, rarity doesn't just because it's rare doesn't mean the value goes up. To me,
No,
I'm not looking for that. I don't want just
I
the
get it.
homemaker because
And I'm
it's
saying,
rare.
what's the cons though? What's the cons to that though? We
Comes
know
to
what the
what?
pros are. We know what the
I
pros are, but
don't.
what's the cons?
Because you have to. You
Please
really
tell
have to.
me it's coming.
You have to show a motherfucker how to cook and all this stuff. But
Yep.
they got certain qualities. They just ain't been taught it. Like, hey, you know this. I don't know why.
So you say the
But
sex should make you more patient. If
boy,
she putting out, you'll be
listen.
more.
Boy, you gonna
Yeah,
be
I
patient.
cook.
He's a rock cook. You say.
I cook. Man, what great? My mom taught
Yeah.
me how to cook. Um, we got a grill. We got a air fryer. We got
Yeah.
everything.
You
We
hear
got an
that?
oven.
You hear that? If you
I
single and
can fix it.
complaining, you hear that? If you
Hey,
toss it up,
boy.
that take care of the rest. That's
I
all.
wanna
But
I wanna say
you
so
don't.
much, but I
It's
can't
a
say it. I wanna say so
you
much, but
can
I can't say
you can say
it.
whatever you want. But you don't know if that homemaker really likes you. You know, that homemaker wants to touch you once a month. But she getting the kids
I think it
together,
depends on the person.
making lunch,
If you got
and
game,
she
you can a woman will want you if you got game, if you know how to do it.
that's
That's
what that's
now
what I'm
in the
talking
ideal
about.
world,
That,
but we
that,
don't live in an ideal world. This
so what
person you
skill
said
you didn't learn that
either
by being
or,
single? You didn't
either
learn that by being
or.
single?
listen,
Like I told
you,
my wife, there's one thing, even though it's not right, but you learn about talking to different women, is you learn the art of dealing with women. You know,
hey,
so.
I'm gonna say this real
I always
quick.
want to deal with one. Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna say it real quick. When we was in our 20s before 30s, we always wondered how was the hoes back in school married before us? Ding 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 ding.
Are they still married now? That's the question.
No,
Yeah,
yes, yes,
yeah,
yes,
Some of them not. Some
yes.
of them not.
yeah,
I can name 10
yeah.
names right off the back of the head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Celebrating their 15-year anniversary. But something or whatever.
I take your word for it. I
I
prefer
see.
the homemaker.
Well,
Because when you
no,
got
I
kids,
don't
you
want
talking about
that.
family. You talking about family and kids, man. I prefer homemaker, man. I
Yeah,
just
No,
do.
I don't want that. Like you gotta, why you gotta accept either or? But
Because
look,
how
you
much
don't
sex
even
can you have? Realistically, how
look.
much sex can you have in a week? If you got to go to
I'm
work, you got to do other things. How much can you have in a week?
whatever I keep it on my plate. How much food can a person eat?
I don't
You
know.
know, I
It don't
seen.
take energy to eat food
You
than it
don't
do to do
know.
that, though. It don't take
Yeah,
that much
it
energy to eat
does.
food than do that.
Realistically,
And you
30 minutes.
spoken like a
Sorry.
fat person.
30, 40 minutes.
And
That's
after
all
you
you
get
get.
done, how many times can you do that within a week, though? You saying 30 minutes, but how many times can and still be functional?
Anything the
And still
homemaker
be
can do
functional.
for
How many
me.
times can you do it and still be functional?
Realistically, once you get married, you barely gonna get it far few in between. You know what I'm saying?
It depends. All about, like I said, if
Being
you slanging that
functional.
iron, if you slanging that iron, I disagree.
See?
No, no.
Yes.
If you're a person that's a homemaker, they probably don't like you. You
BDE,
probably
that
having
BDE,
once a
BDE,
month, once every 2 weeks.
BDE. If you got the BDE,
What's BD? That's all I'm saying.
Man, look, bro, you making love to a dead fish every twice a month. Even if you laying it down, they're a homemaker. You gotta and don't
I
be
think it's
big.
homemakers out there that has
Just
both.
what?
I think it's
No,
homemakers
don't.
out there that's just a balance. It's the balance of the two. It's homemakers that work on it.
Exactly. So you see what I'm saying. But we
Yeah.
more on this side, man. Especially if you got some size, you got to deal with that homemaker dealing with it. I don't know what that. Ooh, that's too much. And my mom, yeah, man.
Yeah.
You can have it. You can have it.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me, y'all might have to bleep this out. Oh, you can.
Oh, you get. Oh, you get. Oh, you get.
But look, uh, hey, that one that really want to do it with you all the time, you can't beat that. You can't beat that. You can make a housewife. You can make a housewife.
If she don't, as long as she don't get too deep in the game, she get too deep in the game, that's impossible.
Mm.
It's impossible.
No,
Hey,
that's when they get paid. You know what I mean?
Man, we know
That's
dudes and
full
girls.
time.
We know dudes and girl one getting paid. Dudes sitting in the back seat. Man, I think I love her, man. It's like, do you understand what you talking about?
That's early in the game. That's high school. That's
Oh, that's early in the
college.
game. That's
You
early in
know
the
what I
game.
mean? But if you got somebody 30 and they've been doing it since way back then, and they still want to do it just out in the streets, uh,
We know dudes
they
that
went
met
never
girls
gonna
like
make
that,
the
and then they changed when they got married. They still they changed. They flipped the switch.
mm-mm.
Yeah.
But
She only be a hoe for you. You know what I'm saying? That's what you want. I
hey,
want
guess
that. I
what?
want that. I
And if they
want
don't want to do it, and if they did it and they don't want
Yeah.
to do it no more, hey, you got to make the decision. Do
That's
you
true.
want that person to be a franchise player, or do you
Boy.
want to be a free agent?
Yeah.
Cause
It's easy
cause
for
I'm your
Steve.
husband and I'm getting the leftovers. Nah, I don't want to deal with that. So you got to make the decision. You move
Yeah.
around.
Like I
So
say, yeah, I
go
was
ahead. Go
spoiled.
ahead, Bill. Go ahead.
I was spoiled. I had the best of both worlds early, so I was spoiled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, too, man.
My girl got a girlfriend.
Yeah. Man, unless I just say this, if you never had like a homemaker that don't can play like that, and you get the best of both worlds, it's an amazing thing. I can say that it's an amazing
Girl
thing.
got a girlfriend.
But that's a rarity, though. It's like finding the last of the Mohicans,
Man,
and you got to thank God when you find it. You
look,
know?
and I ain't seen it since.
Like,
But
man, why I gotta?
Bro,
I don't want to argue with you to wash my clothes. That's crazy, man. I got to convince you to wash my clothes, man.
I think we arguing
guess
on the
what?
job right
Cause
You know,
sex only
before
take
I
30 minutes, but homemaking
guess
is like
what?
take longer. But sex only 30 minutes.
Guess what? Before I get married, I wash my own clothes. You know what I mean?
now.
And I can still there's something I
Most dudes
can
don't
do.
wash their clothes
I
like a woman
cannot.
would. Most dudes don't wash their clothes like a woman would, though.
Hey,
You just wash it
That's
just cause.
crazy. That's
You
no,
just
crazy
throw that
thing to
stuff in the
say.
washer and dry. If you fold it up, you just throw it, hang
no,
it up.
sir,
You just
That's a
no,
hang
crazy
sir,
everything
thing to
up.
say.
not me.
Hang
Not
everything
me.
up.
That's that's a crazy thing to say. I can wash my clothes, but I can't blow myself.
Yeah,
So that's point blank period.
that's true.
That's true.
I
All
agree.
right. Peele